free fantasy football cheat sheet 2020, or let's just go with this. Let's review and see what we get. I'm going with DuckDuckGo because I've already reviewed everything from Google. And let me get my picture out of the way there. And what do I see? Well, I've told you don't go with DraftKings. That's not the same thing as friendly league. So we're going to go with, this looks different. Fantasy Football Cheat Sheet 2020 from Flea Flicker. All right, so in case you haven't seen this series before, what you're looking at are cheat sheets that you get for free that you can print. And so right off the bat, I can see this one doesn't look very printable. I don't see a print button. Bad start. So that's okay. Let's take a look at the other things. In case you haven't seen the series, there's an article here, reviewed a bunch of sites, and these are the rules, or I should say, these are the hurdles that they have to go over in order to get an A from me. So let's start with the number one tier. So tiers, I've been hearing a lot about tiers lately, and what people are talking about is nothing to do with actual tiers. Tiers, you can't just say, oh, this is like they're a first rounder or they're a second rounder and that's their tier. Or they can say, well, I think these players right here at the top are in the top tier. And then after that, it's a different tier. But on what do you base that tier? Tiers are based on numbers. They're based upon these numbers are closer together. They make a little cluster, a grouping. That's called a tier. In mathematics, they call it a cluster analysis. That's what a tier is. That's the definition. A tier isn't what some fantasy analyst says is a tier. That's not a thing. And anybody who tells you it is a thing, what they're really doing is they think they can sort of see it with their own head, that this is a tier. Well, they got to put numbers to what they think they see. Anyway, I'm going to stop the rant there because it's been annoying me a lot lately. If I hear one more celebrity fantasy analyst start talking about tiers, I think I'm just going to pull all the hair out of my head. It's driving me nuts. It's a mathematical concept. These guys are not math wizards. They're good at speaking in a microphone and entertaining people. Okay, I let the rant go on a little longer than I liked. So here we go. Let's take a look. So there are no tiers here. You can see that it's just a list. QB1, okay, so they're ranking the QBs and then the running backs and the wide receivers. This is really bad so far. So a nice tier, would they would draw boxes around them and they would show the numbers that are the basis for the tiers. The second one is, as you just saw, hot or cold. You want to know if the players are going to start off hot or cold, because if your players go 0-3, even if they're Patrick Mahomes, that means they played their first 3 games against very tough opponents. And unfortunately for you, you had him for those 3 games. And you can't trade him now because, well, he looks like crap for the first 3 games. And everybody's saying, well, I guess he wasn't what you thought he was. So you want to find players who are going to start hot or cold. This cheat sheet does not tell you that. So what does it tell you? Let's zoom in a little bit and just sort of take a look. So what is that little thing? It's just information. They give you a bye week, and then they give you the overall rank. There's nothing here. This is almost as bad as the worst ones I've seen. They don't tell you what it's based upon. Let's look at the bottom. Maybe they give some information. It was updated yesterday. They don't tell you how it got updated. They do give you, there's some, we're going to rate IDP players and punters and say, okay, so there's some IDP people here, flea flicker. I play in IDP leagues, and even this, it's nice to have IDP stuff so I can see defensive ends in a ranking, but still I want numbers placed to these. What's this player going to produce for me? Is he get well? And that's what I'm talking about. Number 3, customized point forecast. So with my IDP setup, is this defensive end better than, let me back out, this lineman over here? How would I know that which is better, interior line or defensive end? And the answer is I don't know. This is not telling me. It has no customized point forecast, so it can't tell me what my point scores are for this particular ranking. And now anything that says custom, of course, is just forget about it. If there's no customized point forecast, then there can be no customized VBD. VBD is the basically it's supply and demand. So if you're in a league that starts 3 wide receivers, there's going to be greater supply for wide receivers, and a VBD forecast will adjust the wide receivers upwards based upon your particular league setup. So, boy, you don't get much for free these days, do you? Custom ADP. As I said, custom VBD, anything custom is not going to work on the flea flicker cheat sheet. Custom ADP would be similar to custom VBD, but this doesn't even get us ADP, average draft position. It's just giving us a ranking. It's like, okay, here are your top 10 running backs. Bam, bam, bam. But they don't tell you that, this guy's going to go at pick 1. This guy's going to go at pick 10. This guy's going to go at pick 17. That would be ADP. You're not getting that here. Not custom, not even regular ADP. And WUP is based off ADP, and that's wait until pick. So they would, I getting frustrated with this cheat sheet and all these cheat sheets. If I'm going to have a cheat sheet, I want to know when I have to get a player. So, how long should I wait to get Jacobs? Is he good? If he is, then when's the minute that I should take him? Do I have to target him with a 15th pick overall ADP because he's going 18th and he's a super sleeper? So you can't tell sleepers because you don't have your custom ADP to match up with a regular ADP. And the difference between those two will tell you whether something's a sleeper or not. And accurate depth chart. As always, cheat sheets, a key component of the cheat sheet is whether it's tied to depth. So last year, the example I cite is Chubb. So Chubb had a great backup in Kareem Hunt, and there was a depth chart assumption associated with Chubb's point forecast last year. Was Kareem going to get in there and play? So it's okay. You don't have to show it right here. You can, they do have a click-through thing here, it looks like. Ready to share with Hunt. So they do give you some information here, but they don't tell you whether that's tied to this. So is this going to preempt that? If Hunt suddenly becomes a viable option, or is it an RBBC? He's ready to share with Hunt. Should we drop Chubb down? What's the assumption? Are they saying that that Chubb is still RB7, or now because of this he should be dropped down, or are the two tied together at all? My guess is the latter. They're not tied together at all. They'll come through. They'll give a new ranking in a few days. It'll include this analysis, and they won't tell you that. Um, so there's no depth chart assumption here whatsoever. Uh, this is getting boring. Sorry. All these cheat sheets are all the same. It's just a ranking, or some of them include a little bit of an ADP. What do you expect for free, I guess? Not much. And that's kind of what you're getting. Overall, going back to the list here, what did you get? Did you get tier? Let me click on this. Did you get tier? Nope. Did you get hot or cold? Nope. Did you get customized forecast? Nope, 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 nope. Did you even get an accurate depth chart? Nope. At least not tied in there, or at least not explained what the assumption is. What did you get? Nothing. You got absolutely nothing. This is a terrible cheat sheet. I give it a D. It only gets a D because of the effort and this silly little helmet that they've put up here. It's kind of cute the way it lights up when I hover over it. It's very clever of them. I've got to admit, I'm not sure why they would come up on the first page of results, but then again, here's ESPN on the first page of results, and ESPN is just as bad. So, but at least with ESPN, you can say, well, everybody knows ESPN. I've never heard of flea flicker. Look, they're in between NBC and ESPN. It's like they're one of the big three. I can't explain it, don't know why it's there. And perhaps you can tell me in the comments why this would be listed on the first page of results. Okay, this has been Dr. RoboCoach. Please like and subscribe to this channel. And if you made it this far, send an email to robocoach@FantasyFootballDraft.com and mention that you watched this video and that you would like a free subscription to FantasyFootballDraft.com. And there you'll get a cheat sheet that has all those things that I just mentioned. Good luck this season.